You Steve Sisolak, right? That's amazing. I can't tell you what a piece of shit you are.
Sorry to hear that.
You New World Order traitor piece of shit bastard. You're in here without security? Woo!
I want to second that.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
For treason, and I hope you hang.
I'm surprised that you have the balls to be out here in public, punk. Out here without a cop, out here without security? Woo! You got balls on you, boy. I'm not moving.
Wait till we find all the money that flowed his way from.
Oh, man.
Yeah, hiding the hydroxy.
Oh, you in trouble. Let's go. Yeah, you better get the out of here, Sisolak.
Probably a good idea to go somewhere else.
Where's your security at, punk? Huh? Where's your... don't touch me, lady. Where's your security at? Huh? You want to sell us all down the river? You working for China, piece of shit.
It's called treason.
You traitors. We should string you up by lampposts right now, pussy boy.
Do you know what they do to traitors?
They hang
traitors.
That's right, patriot.
I think it's awesome.
You running into a patriot now, huh? Huh? Where's your security at?
Where's your security at? You're in trouble now, boy. All of these things that obviously denote threats. What would he need security for if something wasn't going to happen to him? So we'll see where this all goes. But anyway, that man following me around the restaurant, his name is Justin Anders. He's a right-wing conspiracy theorist and creator of that Cannabis and Combat podcast. And as you saw there in the credit there, he also accuses him, Sisolak, the governor there, of being a part of the New World Order. What's that thing about the whole New World Order? It's from the American Defense League. They define this as a right-wing conspiracy theory that became popular among anti-government extremists in the 90s and onwards. New World Order conspiracists believe that a tyrannical socialist one world conspiracy has already taken over most of the planet and schemes to eliminate the last bastion of freedom. And they also commonly believe that hundreds of concentration camps have been built in the US ready to house dissenters, that the government will declare martial law possibly on a pretext such as responding to a terrorist attack, and the government will engage in mass gun confiscations. So more on this guy, because he's all over the internet. He shows himself for who he is. So look at this shirt that he's wearing in this one particular picture, I guess in his Cannabis and Combat podcast. It says domestic terrorist, founded in 1776. I guess he doesn't think much of the founding fathers, so maybe he's on the side of folks who want to tell us what they were up to at times and some of the bad policies and thoughts they had. And also there's these beanies that he sells. In case you didn't know who this guy is, Pure Blood. Of course, it's in the form and look and font, but similar to Donald Trump, so the Trump 2020 type of look. Also, some of the podcast titles he had for that podcast he's got. FDA cancels monoclonal antibodies, confirmed, question mark and exclamation point. Joe Biden is a pedophile. The next one, truckers headed to DC. Rubber material inside vaxxed veins. Dims imploding. Okay, so this is who this guy is, Francesca.
Absolutely terrifying. I mean, I truly believe that it is okay to speak to your elected officials in public and voice your concerns. Sometimes they won't even look you in the eye if you're Kirsten Sinema and you're in Arizona, which is interesting because we're right next to it here in Nevada. But this is awful. Like this is incredibly scary. And I keep on thinking like, I think right wingers respond to a certain amount of violence and like, and I say that in like a puffy chest kind of way. Like I sort of remember when like Chris Cuomo stood up to the people harassing him and they were like, "Oh no, I like you, bro." And so I kind of want like the governor to say something back, but this guy is so aggressive that I think that would have made it 10 times worse. I think it's good that he left, but it is frightening. And if anything, a reminder that anti-government extremist white terrorist organizations are the fastest and the biggest growing threat to public officials and to civilians in this country. And the lesson I hope we draw from this, and the lesson I hope that governor draws from this, is that we need to take these seriously and we need to make sure that we are monitoring them, that we understand if there's any kind of plot. I mean, God, there could be a plot on his life, as we saw in Michigan in 2020. So, yeah.
If you think about it, that's part of like, look at the posting of the video. He wants folks to see this. He wants, you would think, people who think the same way he does about Sisolak to see this. And maybe be inspired, or maybe congratulate him. Who knows what the exact motivation is? But what one thing it could do, as people who are horrified by this, others could be encouraged by it. Like this is great, yeah. He should totally do that. Now you talked about Kirsten Sinema and how she was getting followed through the airport, and also into the restroom, which that's when I think many people started dividing whether or not they believed it should have gone that far. But what were those people doing when they were talking to Sinema? They were asking her questions because if she had to answer them, it would expose her policies and what she's doing incorrectly in Congress, or what she's doing that's not in support of the people who voted for her. Put it that way. This is threats. This is, how did you get in here without security, boy? Y'all, you're gonna get in trouble now. It's like this excited laughter, like, you know what I'm gonna do to you, right?
Yes.
That's the difference. So if you want to talk about whether or not someone's getting followed or an elected official is getting followed or talked to in public, there's two different energies behind that. And I guarantee you, if a group of several guys rolls up on some Republican and says, "Oh, you're in the wrong place, boy," I get a feeling that they're gonna think this is a threat.
Oh yeah. Shoe on the other foot. They always freak out about that when it's just like a group of protesters who actually have a real organization. They're like 501c3s and they do this work all the time, i.e. Sunset Movement or Sunrise Movement. And they're like, "Oh, we're being harassed." Like, no, you're just being asked to be held accountable. I just want to say, cannabis and combat. By the way, I don't know how y'all are. I don't know how you are, Jayar. When I get high, I am like a raging empath. I am like the most empathetic. I am like, oh my God, that aunt died, and who was its mom? I can't imagine being high and violent. It just does not compute. The guy has not found the right strain. I don't know what's up with in Nevada.
Well, maybe it's not simultaneously. It must be just first high, then the next day let's get violent. End of the day, wrap it up a little bit more high.
Right?
Yeah. I guess we'll have to listen to the podcast closely to find out. You first.